So what I say to schools is this. I say, look, this is the way the brain is remodeling because it's necessary. It's the essence of adolescence. It's an emotional spark that has upsides and downsides, like all of these features of the essence. It has social engagement, it has novelty seeking, and it's got creative explorations to try to imagine a new world. What if you did this in middle school or high school? What if you did this? What if you said, okay, I am going to take the passion of the adolescent period, which is basically ignored in the modern school system. And instead of shoving these incredibly courageous and creative individuals into a system that they don't fit into, what if we back up and say, okay, we're going to list the 7 top world problems. Can you name a couple of them? Seriously, can you as adults name some of them? Global warming. What else? Hunger. Exactly. You know, healthy food, war, violence, you can name them. We list the top 7, 8, whatever you want. We take the kids when they're in 6th grade, 7th grade, 8th grade, whatever we feel it's the right time. And we say, look, here's the deal. You're no longer a child. You're an adolescent. That means your emotional spark is going to allow you to determine which of these 7 you're going to work on for the next 3 months or whatever we decide works out for them. You take your emotional spark, and we're going to have you take your passion into social engagement. So instead of telling these kids, hey, you're going to compete with your neighbors left and right to get a better SAT score so you get into a better college so you can get into the best graveyard possible. Right? Isn't that what we tell people? So let's take that competitive energy, which is great, and let's have people compete against world problems so that it's a win-win situation. It's nutty what we do. We take this energy and get them to compete for nothing. And you know, studies of collective intelligence show the capacity to solve problems collectively always beats out an individual asserting him or herself over others. It's just true. Collective intelligence is the way to go. So you take the social engagement of adolescents, you say, let's go. You're built to collaborate. That's our species meaning. That's what we do. So you say, okay, these are the world problems, so pick which one you're passionate about. You pick it. That's the emotional spark. Social engagement. Novelty, you're going to find new ways of creating this curriculum. You're not going to do what you did in 5th grade and 4th grade and 3rd grade and 2nd grade and 1st grade. You're an adolescent now, for God's sake. Let's go for it. I am here as your teacher, as a consultant. I'm not going to download some adult-based facts. You tell me how I can help you. Seriously. And they do this in new ways. And the CE, the creative explorations, they're going to ask for advice. They're going to ask for experts to come in. They're going to ask for ways to get on the internet and get things. You're going to get them books. You're going to say, look, here's the deal. We adults are handing you a world that is collapsing. And everybody knows it, even though we don't want to think about it. We adults have not figured it out. You've got the creativity, you've got the courage, you've got the ability to think outside the status quo. And you know something? I will bet you that if we harness the courage and creativity of the adolescent generation by really embracing the reality of what's going on with them, I'll bet you they're going to come up with solutions to these dire world problems that we adults have not been able to figure out. That's what I think is the promise and possibility of this.